Hello everyone, thank you for joining me in the Dempster kitchen. We're going to make some chicken lemon soup. It's a Greek soup and I'm telling you it is the best soup. It's one of my favorites, I'm not kidding. I've made a number of soups on my video channel, but this one is my favorite. So you're gonna want to try it, I assure you. Anyway, what we're gonna do is start out cutting up some chicken. So we're gonna start doing that right now. I've got a couple of pieces. This is more than we need right here, but that's just fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of slice this half rather than full tight like that. And then we're just going to come along. We're going to make cubes, chicken cubes. We don't want them too big for the soup. We're going to do that. Come across here and do this. We're going to prepare the onions now. We're going to chop it up. We're going to cut up the garlic, and we're going to do that. Okay, so we got about a half an onion for the soup, and we've got about 4 garlic cloves. You can put whatever amount you like. If you don't like garlic, well, I guess you'd have to leave it out, but you're missing a lot of good flavor. So we're just going to chop these up, and we're going to start on the stove. Use my chopper. Get the garlic. Looking good there. All right. From that point, then we're going to go to the stove and we're going to start cooking that chicken. Got the pot all ready now. We're going to throw in some butter, probably about 3 tablespoons, something like that. And we're also going to put in some olive oil, a little olive oil here. Like that. Put that there. Going to let that come and melt that up. And then we're going to take some onions. We're going to get those going. All right, we've got that butter sizzling nicely. Turn the fire down a little bit. Here come the onions. Going to saute onions. Get this going. Like that. Stir those up. I'm not kidding, this soup is so good. I used to I still do, go to Greek restaurants. I love Greek food. And I always get the chicken lemon soup. And it's always good. And I thought, I can make that. And I started to make it. And you know what? Every restaurant, Greek restaurant, the soup tastes a little different, but basically the same. And I'm sure it's prepared somewhere in some factory or whatever and delivered to the restaurant. Well, this is homemade. And I came up with a soup, and I'm telling you, it's better than any of those restaurants. I hope those restaurants aren't listening. I don't mean to degrade that by any means, but I'm telling you, this soup is really, really good. Onions are cooking down there. I'm gonna add some garlic there too. I got about 4 cloves of garlic. 3 or 4. Put whatever you want in there. We don't want to burn that. Just kind of get it in there for about 30 seconds. Cook that up like that. And while that's going, turn up the heat a little bit because we want to get the chicken cooking. We want it to get not crispy, but we want it to seal those juices in. So we put the chicken in. Stir those all together. And that heat is up. So we'll cook that, and we'll be right back. Now the chicken is all nice and cooked here. We're going to add some pepper. Probably about I like a lot of pepper, maybe a tablespoon or less, depending on what you like. We're going to add some salt. Just a little bit of garlic powder, maybe half a teaspoon, something like that. And a little bit of onion powder. We're going to put in some chicken bouillon, probably about a tablespoon. Chicken bouillon right there. Stir that in. And then we're going to take this off of the stove. And we're going to do that right after I add some nutmeg. If you don't have nutmeg, that's all right. These are all my additional little spices, herbs. But that's what makes it better. Just telling you. Okay, got that in like that. Put in a little bit of oregano. Probably about a tablespoon or so. Stir that. Looking good. Does that look good? Mm-hmm. It looks really good. All right. Now we're going to take this off the stove because we don't want the chicken to taste like rubber. We want to put it back in here like this. All right. Set that aside. This time we're going to start cutting up the ingredients. I'm going to tell you what they are. First of all, we have 2 chicken breasts. I've cut those up, chopped them, diced them is what we have. Half an onion, all chopped up. 3 or 4 garlic buds, chop those up. 3 or 4 tablespoons of butter. Got olive oil, about a 1/4 cup of rice, 1 lemon juice, and then we've got the zest of that lemon as well. 8 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch in cold water, 2 eggs beaten, and 1 scallion, salt and pepper, chives if available, that type of thing. Those are the basic ingredients that we're going to give you today. So if you will go with me now to the vegetables, and we're going to start cutting them up right now. Here we got a scallion. We're going to just do this, and the scallion will go at the end. We're just going to chop these up like this, just to have some at the end. And then we've got the thyme, T-H-Y-M-E. Sometimes I pronounce it thyme, which is incorrect. Then we also have parsley. Get that back here. Parsley. Here's the thyme. Here's the parsley. We're going to chop that up. We can do it like this, or we can use my chopper. So let's try the chopper. Oop. All right. Get that parsley all in here. And look at that, all done. Some of you who want to get things done fast, that's what you need to do, is order a chopper. Here's the thyme. Just like that. Catch it. A little more. Just like that. Take this off. Get this out. That, and utilize all of this stuff. Don't want to waste any of it. Put that like that. Okay, we have those things all ready to go. Another thing that we're going to have are 2 eggs. 2 eggs are going to go in here, and we're going to beat them up. We're going to put the lemon zest in these eggs after we do that. Get rid of that. Mix these up. this. Take the lemon. It's already been washed. We're just going to take this and zest it. Put this right in the eggs. I have two kinds of zesters. This is one that scrapes and gets those like that. I also have the other one, which is like this. You do it like this, turning it as you go. Whatever one you like, there you go. I actually kind of like the other zester for this because it gives you more bigger pieces, slices. And sometimes I will take 2 lemons and do that. All right, we're gonna do that. We're gonna take this lemon, we're gonna cut it up, cut it in half. And of course, I'm a kitchen gadget guy. We're gonna put this lemon right in here, bring this up here, right centered, everything. Squeeze that lemon right in there, that juice. Take the other half, put it in there. Now, when it comes to the soup, you want to have a taste of lemon, but not overpowering. So you have to do like a taster, tasting it as you go. See if you need to add more, that type of thing. Stir that in like this. That's good. And you can take this parsley and the thyme, put it all in here. Right like that. Stir this in there like this. All right, now over to the stove we go, and we've got water boiling. I put 4 cups in there already. Here's another 4 cups. So we're adding about 8 cups. Sometimes I add more than that. In fact, I am going to add more than that. I'm going to add 12 for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm adding 12 because you can take this soup and you can freeze it, put it in the freezer, and then utilize more. But depending on the size of your family, you want to have enough liquid for the soup. While that's going like that, we are also going to let that come to a boil again, and then we're going to start adding some of these other items. Got the water boiling now. We're going to add some more of the bouillon cubes, chicken bouillon cubes, probably a tablespoon there, and I'm going to add about a teaspoon, well, maybe a little more, of curry. A little bit of curry. Now, some of you say, oh, I don't like curry. I don't know anything about curry. Well, let me tell you this. You're not going to taste anything that's going to be different. It's just going to add a flavor to it. If you don't want it, don't put it in, but it'll still be good. All right, we've got that. Now we're also going to put in the rice. I've got some rice that's already pre-cooked. All right, got the rice. Get that in there. You don't want a lot of rice because the rice is to give it flavor down below. In other words, when you take your spoonful, you get some rice. If you put a lot of rice in there, the water is going to be absorbed in the rice, and you're just going to have a rice. You know, I've done that before too. It's not very good. All right, we're good there. Now, we're going to thicken this up. Going to let this come to a boil, and we got to put some salt and pepper in this too. So let's get some salt and pepper. I'm going to get the bigger pepper, faster pepper. Put some pepper in there. There we go. And we are going to put the chicken in. Start giving this the flavor now. See the chicken? There we go. Get that in there. Get all that special good juice stuff. There we go. And as that's coming to a boil, we're going to put the cornstarch in. But before we do that, I'm also going to add the eggs mixture that I had. So we've got the egg mixture, but you don't just pour it in. If you do that, you know what you're going to have? You're going to have scrambled eggs. But what you want to do is you want to get like a ladle, and you're going to take a little bit of the hot sauce, not sauce, the hot liquid. And you're going to do that, and you're going to put a little bit of liquid in here like this. What that's going to do is going to start bringing the temperatures to an equal or almost equal. So you get that in there, a little more here now, like this. A little more. Shake that up. A little more here. That's looking good too already. Looking delicious. All right, here we go, like this. Now I want to get this kind of pretty hot. I want to get this hot, and it's coming up to a hot temperature. And then we'll start adding this in. I'm going to add a little more heat here, like this. Stir that. And then we're going to start putting it in. Just slowly. Get rid of some of these things here. Oops. Stir that in. See, it's changing the color. It's changing the color. A little more. Stir that in. Just like that. Get a little of that juice to get all of the flavors. Okay, we're bringing that up to a boil. And while that's coming to a boil, we're going to get some water and cornstarch. I've got about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. You have to judge the thickness that you want your soup to be. So you mix the cornstarch with cold water. You don't want hot water, you want cold water. Stir that up, and then when it comes to a boil down here, which it's starting to, you're going to pour that in there, and it's going to start thickening up this soup. Like, pour it in like this, stir it, and you may have to add more cornstarch and water as you go, just depends on the thickness. So we want to get that up to a boil. Let that come up to a boil, and then we also want to start tasting this pretty soon. It may need more salt, whatever. Let's check a little bit here. Oh, that is so good. You know what? It's perfect. It's perfect. We're going to let that boil up a little bit, thicken up. Get some saltine crackers, put some butter on it. That's what I like to do. Of course, that's fattening and calories, etc. probably, but you can do that. But here you've got your soup. And you've got the rice down below. I'm going to show you. And the chicken. If you need to add a little more rice, we can do that. I think I'm going to add a little more rice. So I think we're putting in maybe a half a cup. I told you a quarter of a cup at the beginning. That looks like maybe a half cup. Let that stir up in here. That rice was already pre-cooked. We cooked it, pre-cooked it. And we rinsed it so it doesn't have the starch in it. Rinsed it first before you cook it, and then did that. Now you're gonna see here, we've got the chicken, got the rice down there. Perfect. So we're just gonna let that simmer for a little bit, and we're good. Yeah. We're gonna scoop this chicken lemon soup up and give it a little taste here. Oh yeah, just like that. And what we want to do, clear the stove here, I know it's gonna be, is we want to take some chives or scallions, put right on like that. And then we are going to taste it. Get a little bit of that, maybe a piece of chicken. I'm gonna taste. Good. Absolutely delicious. Yes, it is. And we're gonna eat this all up. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you watching my channel, Bob Dempster Kitchen. Thank you. Be sure and hit the subscribe button. And that way, any videos that come along, you'll be able to see which ones they are. Again, thank you. And don't forget to try some of the Saggy Butts hot sauces and seasoning salts in this. I put it in when I'm eating it. And sometimes you can put some in when you're cooking. It just depends on what you like. Delicious. Thanks again. Have a great day. We'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.